Hey fellow backyard warriors, Nick here. So today I'm going to be doing another unboxing of a knife that I received from GearBest. This is another Ganzo knife, and I received this from GearBest to do a review. So today is just going to be an unboxing and initial impressions on this knife. So I'm interested to see what type of knife is in this box. I haven't seen it yet. But the model is their G729-GR, so I'm assuming that means the handle is green. So here it is. Let's open it up. This is very much like the other box. It has the velvet pouch. That's a fairly nice pouch. You can see it says Ganzo tools on it. And here's the knife, bubble wrapped, and it looks like a Spyderco clone. So if you're not familiar with Ganzo knives, I've heard that they do quite a bit of clones and knockoffs, and this appears to be a Spyderco knockoff. And looking at it, I think it might be... I think it might be the Para Military, except it's got an axis lock, which is interesting. And I'm actually a huge fan of Benchmade's axis lock. One of my favorite knives is the Ruckus, so it's really interesting seeing this on a Para Military style handle, or style knife. And this particular what appears to be G10 scale reminds me of the knife I'm carrying right now. Shade's a little off, but I've used this one a lot, so it may have faded. This is a Spyderco Tenacious, and you know, this review may turn into a little bit of a side-by-side because this is made in China. It's one of Spyderco's Chinese-made knives, and I've owned several of these. They're really nice knives. I really like the way they perform. As you can see, this one's heavily used, and it's a great affordable knife. I believe this one is about $30 or so, $30 to $40. Not sure how much they are now. And this, I believe, is under 20, but I'm not entirely sure. I haven't looked at it yet. So here's this. Here's the new knife. So the handle scales are similar, though I think I actually like this a little better. I always felt that this didn't really have much texture to it. It's fairly smooth even though it's got a textured handle. This has a little bit more of a texture to it. Like the other Ganzo knife, these screws are a little proud, but they're rounded, so it's not a big deal. Nice flush fit with the Spyderco. Now the Spyderco allows you to do a tip up and tip down carry. This one looks like you're stuck with a tip up, but you can put the clip on either side, so that's nice. Alright, let's open it up. Overall, the finish is pretty good. I'd say it's a little more on the brushed satin side than the Spyderco, but honestly that's to be expected. The grind itself is pretty comparable. Another thing I noticed is that the hardware is a little different. You can see the posts that support this frame are a little bit thicker on the Spyderco than they are on the Ganzo. That's interesting. But overall, the handle feels good. I love that axis lock. It's really smooth lock on this one, and I've had some Axis style locks where the edges are pretty rough and sharp. This one feels pretty smooth, but it's got enough purchase. And of course you've got the patented spider hole. But overall it's a pretty nice looking knife. So let's see how the lockup, or not the lockup, but the fit is. So there's just a tiny bit of play. You can see that. And it does appear to have bronze washers. So it's got a little bit of play, but the action is nice and smooth. It's got that bias to closure. Now the Spyderco has very little play. It's very tiny. But honestly, I expected this to have a little more play than this. Or at least I would hope so. But still, this is a nice knife. Now, I don't know what your thoughts are on purchasing from companies that use other companies' designs, but this seems like a well-executed clone. It's got a nice clip, no sharp edges. The clip is actually got a decent polish to it. The blade says Firebird on it. I wonder if that's inspired by the Spyderco Bird series, which was their initial line of Chinese-made knives. And then it's got the model number. I don't know if you can see that. G729 and then 440C. So the blade is 440C stainless. I have no problems with that. And 440C, if tempered right, heat treated right, still makes a really nice knife. So we'll see how this works out. I'll be doing some testing, just using it, abusing it. In fact, I think I'll swap this for this and just see how it performs. Now, one of the things I noticed is the jimping on the back here. It's not quite as aggressive as you get on Spydercos, which have a real stair-step design. You know, you get a lot of grip here, but sometimes it can be a little rough. This is very rounded, so I'll see how that works. But not a whole lot of grip to it, mainly for looks, I think. But ultimately, it's a nice looking knife. I'm excited to see how it holds up. I'll let you guys know. So here it is. Overall, it's a really nice looking knife. The grind is nice and clean. The edge has a good shape to it. So aesthetically, it looks good. We'll see how it performs. I'm going to be using it quite a bit. And there it is. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.